Alright, so when you order this off Amazon, this was on a special. This particular hybrid NVR DVR, you'll get the unit in the package. It's got 16 channels on the back, HDMI out, LAN, a couple USB, as well as audio. This unit, when you buy it stock like this, does not come with a hard drive. So we purchased a 4 terabyte SATA drive to put in, which is something that you'll have to do if you purchase it. But you get your SATA cable, power cable, very cheap USB mouse, network cable, HDMI, as well as the power adapter, plus a pretty decent manual, as well as some stickers to show that your building's under surveillance, or your area. We'll go ahead and we'll take a look at this unit. We've got 2 Phillips head screws. We'll just go ahead and pull those out. Now what's really neat with this unit is that I was able to find a coupon, so I was able to get this 16 channel cameras recorder, as well as the hard drive for under $150, which if you'd asked me this 5 years ago, I would have spent over $1,000 on a similarly equipped system without all the features like remote access or being able to set alarms and set. This one also has software configuration so that you can do alerts through email. So pretty basic. You know, you've got your ICs there. There's your connectors. Spot to mount your hard drive. Basic, but it works. So let's go ahead and let's get this 4 terabyte drive yanked out of the box. Alright. And, you know, if you have a thought about what kind of system you were interested in putting in, you can save yourself a ton of money by purchasing these components individually. I always go, before I recommend a camera system for a site, or if I'm going to put it in myself, what I'll do is I will go take a look, and I will look at the kind of building that they're looking at putting the camera in. And we had some older school buildings in New York where the construction was such that trying to get cabling pulled to far-flung locations across the building was not always an option. So at the time it was rather uncommon, but now they have solar-powered Wi-Fi IP cameras that could be had on Amazon for about $50 a piece, and sometimes $40 if you can find a decent coupon. So when you're looking at putting your cameras in, I'd recommend taking a sheet of paper with you, sketching out your building layout, taking a look around, looking at your angles, figuring out where your blind spots are going to be. You know, look at your different, look at how many cameras you're going to have. You know, I knew when I first put the system in at my church that it was going to be limited to 8 cameras. So there are some areas where I had to put what they call fisheye lenses in, which give you a better view. They have 180-degree view, but they do sacrifice some quality. However, it's monitoring half of a parking lot, so it was more just for knowing that somebody was out in that particular parking lot, and so that in that instance it made sense to use a larger lens with a little bit less quality. If you're looking for good quality and a large field of view, you can always have it if you're willing to pay a little bit more money. So there we go. We've attached the SATA connector and the power connector to the drive. There's a bag of screws that came, and then you'll see some mounting brackets in there. So we'll go ahead and we'll attach the screws, and then we'll get the drive put in. So this is actually the first time I've used this particular brand. I've used some Night Owl systems, but this one had a decent amount of reviews. Had all the features according to the advertisement that I needed. as far as email alerts, remote access, has Apple and Android apps for viewing from your phone. And so after I get this installed, I'll post another video about first thoughts on the project and how, if the device actually performed as expected. So what we'll do here, we've got to get these screws lined up. Come on, Mr. Bill. I've got to loosen these up a little bit. So, use this as a tip. If you're putting your drive in, put your screws in, but do not tighten them down. Get them in just enough so that they're threaded. And then the way this particular one works is there's a spot you get your screws aligned, and then you can slide it in and lock it down. Alright. Come on, Mr. Bill. There we go. Alright. Well. Or learn from my mistake and just get the hard drive in first and then put your screws in. Alright, there we go. I'll go ahead and get the rest of these in. You're going to have to kind of hold it in place. Alright, there we go. We've got 4 screws in. And we'll go ahead and we'll attach the cables. And we'll do our first power up. So, pretty simple. Got your board, power connector, SATA cable, secured to the bottom with the 4 screws, and then we'll power it up and see what we need to format the drive. I'm sure we'll have to go through some initial settings. We'll use the integrated HDMI cable that was included in the box. We'll use the included HDMI cable. Not too bad of a little system. Alright, we've got power. Beep. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and get the TV powered on. Okay. Created for security. Alright. So this is going through first setup. I've never powered this unit on before. I'm going to go ahead and steal this cover and use it as a temporary mouse pad. Excellent. Yeah, English apply. Yeah, choose HD resolution. Oh, I've got to create username and password. Well, for the moment, I'm going to just call this password. And of course, I will change this before it goes into use, because what person wouldn't love the password to be password who's not supposed to have access to this? Oh, this one has password requirements. Awesome. Alright, well, you'll rejoin me in a second after I get Alright, yep. So we'll do an email. That's interesting, using the on-screen keyboard. They've got some Alright. Very good. So, first thoughts, not too terrible of a setup. Language, set your resolution, set up an email, of course configure your admin password, and it does have password constraints out of the box, which is actually very good for security. A lot of the other ones that I've worked on have not had this feature. And so, I'll have to get the cameras hooked up and then we'll see how it actually performs. Alright.